And welcome to Putnam City North High School for tonight's matchup between Deer Creek Antlers and the PC North Panthers. Joined here with Sean Brown. I'm Michael Johnston in the booth. And Sean, it's going to be an excellent game tonight.
Yeah, this is one that I've circled on my calendar since the beginning of the year. I mean, this one just two great teams going up against each other, starting to feel like fall outside, and hopefully we see some good injury-free football tonight.
Homecoming here at North. Had those festivities about 15 to 20 minutes ago. So we're just waiting for the teams to come out here on the field. We do still have about 12 minutes or so left before kickoff. So intriguing matchup here with these two schools. Of course, Putnam City North always powerful. Deer Creek right up the street and just continues to grow as a district, getting bigger and bigger. So should be a great 6A2 matchup tonight.
Yeah, Deer Creek is 2-0 on the road, so they obviously, aren't bothered by going and playing in the opposing team's stadium. Teams that are usually pretty poised tend to do good on the road.
And you can see Putnam City North's band coming out here to midfield. Probably going to perform here. They will do the national anthem here soon. And then we should be able, we'll have captains come out here for the coin toss here very soon. We'll get this one underway. So, as always, we are here on SportsZone Oklahoma on YouTube. You can always, if you're following us on YouTube, you can chat with us at any point during timeouts. We don't do commercial breaks, so, comment, and we'll try to respond to you as much as we can. And then also tonight, we are also available on news9.com. So if you're watching us at news9.com, welcome. We hope you enjoy the game, and we look forward. Last game we were here, Sean, it was a double overtime affair with Putnam City and Putnam City North. So
very exciting game.
We're hoping to have another one like that tonight.
Which Deer Creek actually gets them. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong schedule here.
Let's go ahead and pause while they play the national anthem.
Sure.
And that's the Putnam City North Panther Band playing our national anthem. We are about 9 minutes away. Just sit here and let you enjoy the band. and the Putnam City North marching band heading off the field right now as we get prepared for this great matchup tonight. We thank all of you who are joining us tonight on YouTube and on news9.com. Hope you enjoy the game tonight. We have the captains about to meet at midfield for the coin toss. We're going to see how this one's going to shape up at kickoff. Captains meeting at midfield to shake hands. You'll see number 33 there, Hayden Thornton, the linebacker, had a tremendous game the last time we were here against Putnam City Original. He was featured in an article in the Oklahoman recently, so he makes up a big part of that Panther defense. So it looks like the Panthers are going to receive to start the game. And they shake hands, and we're about ready to get started here.
Yeah, if you haven't watched very much of Deer Creek, too, you're going to want to keep an eye on number 73, Jake Sexton. He's a Oklahoma Sooner commit. He is 6'6", 306, so look for a great battle. I'm really looking forward to him and Jaleel Johnson going at it this game. I mean, that's one of the bigger matchups that I was excited for in the state this season. Yeah, definitely. With Jaleel Johnson committed to Oklahoma State, those two, I mean, that's definitely going to be something to watch. Yeah, we got a little Bedlam matchup. We do. That's right. Yes. So right now the teams are they're looking at the scoreboard. They're watching their intro video, which I actually produced for them. Yours truly. Yes. So yeah. And they're going to be running out on the field here very shortly.
Your officials for tonight's game are referee Rich Smith, umpire Mickey Lockhart, head linesman Chad Newman, line judge David Tuck, and the back judge is Randy Yates.
So we're just here waiting for the teams to take the field. Clock is still counting down. We still have about 4 minutes left, but even though it is 7 o'clock, North obviously waiting for the Antlers to take the field first. Looks like got some fans and some Halloween costumes out front to lead them out there. What do we have? We got a Ninja Turtle out there?
Yeah, well, it looks like a is that the good dinosaur?
Looks like a dinosaur.
The second guy, it looks like you
or
got
a frog,
maybe
something.
Either a fox or it looks like maybe.
Yeah, who's that guy in the back there? Is it?
That's the Duff Beer guy from
the
Simpsons.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Halloween a little early tonight here at Putnam City North.
Well, it's homecoming, like you said, and usually the students kind of go all out for homecoming.
Yeah.
So you've got some dressed in dresses,
yeah,
in cocktail dresses, and then you've got the guys out there in Disney wear.
Not sure what the delay is here. We're still waiting on Deer Creek. Maybe it's kind of like a standoff. Who's going to go first? I don't even think they're in the tunnel yet. Oh, here comes North. North is taking the field, so I guess they're going to take the field first. So, normally visitors take the field first, but I guess they were tired of waiting.
Well, maybe this is why Deer Creek is so good on the road, because they just act like they're the home team.
Yeah, maybe. And here come the Antlers finally taking the field. Both these teams 3-1, so
it's a full house on the other side of the field, and there is still a line. You probably can't see it, but there is a line that extends probably a good 30 yards, 40 yards back.
Right.
And then there's still people kind of waiting to get in on the other side of the field there. I mean, Deer Creek has definitely brought it tonight. I mean, their student section looks huge.
There's a good crowd on the north side too.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're still filing in as well. But we are about ready to get started. They got 2 minutes on the countdown, but I think we might get this one started a little bit early. We're already a couple minutes behind. So
yeah, currently 73 degrees out here. It's going to get down to 69. I mean, you can't ask for better weather to play football in.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to see as much cramping out there. Hopefully, these guys stay relatively injury-free or completely injury-free, and we have a good, clean game tonight.
Should be a good one tonight. So
I don't know where all these people on the Deer Creek side are going to sit, because I'm not kidding you. The band takes up about a third of the stands over on that side, and there are still a ton of people who are waiting to get in. They might have to come over on this side.
we are expected to have some weather move in tonight, so we're hoping we can get this one in before any weather shows up, before any rain. I mean, we're nice and dry here in the booth, and
yeah,
our camera's up here with us, so we don't have anything to worry about as far as that goes. But the last thing we really want to see is any kind of a lightning delay or something that prolongs. So not sure what's going on here. Should be ready to get this one started. Again, thank you for watching us at SportsZone Oklahoma on YouTube and also on news9.com. We hope you enjoyed tonight's game. If you're on YouTube, be sure to leave a comment, and we will get to those during timeouts, halftime, between quarters. So Oklahoma high school football, you have to love it. 1st of October, it's finally October. Best month of the year, in my opinion.
Well, November.
November's pretty good too, but the weather starts to change. My birthday's in October, that's why I said that. So weather starts to change. It's just football weather is finally here. Here in Oklahoma in September, it's usually kind of warm, and so we're finally there. It's finally starting to feel like football. And North is lining up to receive the kickoff. They're going to go on offense first. We're going to see Carson Laverty, the junior quarterback, the coach's son, Coach Ryan Laverty. We're going to see what they can do to get started tonight.
Trell Churchwell and Reese Moffitt back to receive the kick.
Here we go. We're finally ready to get this one started, and we are underway. Nice. Oh, man, misses. He's got a little lane up to about the 30.
That was a great return there.
That's Reese Moffitt. Yeah, great job by Reese Moffitt there.
Keep an eye on him in this offense. He's a playmaker. I mean, they like to get the ball to him kind of on the short side of the field and just let him, a lot of his yards come from after the catch. And he's a real shifty guy, real sure-handed. Yeah, watch number 10 tonight, because he's going to make some plays.
Laverty in the backfield, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, little pitch out route to Hayden Thornton, and he's got some blockers out there, and he's going to get up to about the 37-yard line, going to be about 2 to 3 yards short of the first down there.
Yeah, Thornton is another one of their really good playmakers, number 33 there. He plays on both sides of the ball. It just, he's one of those players that comes up in big-time moments.
Going to bring up 2nd and 4 here. Laverty is going to give it up to Kamarian Jones, and he's going to get the first down, just past the first down marker.
How about a half a yard?
That's
there.
sophomore Kamarian Jones, number 9. So Putnam City moving the chains early, or I should say North moving the chains early. You know, Deer Creek is pretty explosive. You want to try to keep them off the field. So
yeah, they're
slow, methodical drive here.
Yeah, Deer Creek's averaging about 35.
And Laverty's going to keep it to the right side, cut back inside, and he'll get a couple of yards, maybe 3 on the carry.
Yeah, as I was saying, Deer Creek averages 35.5 points per game. So in order to keep up with them, Putnam City North is going to have to score and score often tonight.
That will be Denver half. 2nd down 6.
And they do look a lot more poised than they did against Putnam City Original, where they had a rough start.
Laverty is looking to throw. Step up in the pocket. It's going to take off. Got a little bit of running room. It's going to be brought down just past the 50-yard line at about the 47-yard line.
That was a great run by him. Play broke down. He noticed that nothing was really working downfield, so he just tucked the ball and took off.
That's what you got to do. You want to see your quarterback protecting the football. Don't force anything that's going to bring any kind of a turnover.
Yeah, the linebackers for Deer Creek just kind of sat back in coverage, and that allowed him to, you know, everybody kind of cleared that middle of the field, and he just took off.
It's a first down. Motion. Laverty looking to throw. Got a slant, and it's picked off. It's going to be picked off. He just stepped right in front of it, and he is going down the sideline, but he's going to be brought down about the 26-yard line. We do have a flag on the field, but that looks like in the area of holding. So I think the turnover is going to stand.
Yeah, that was definitely after the flag, or after the interception. So interception stands. It was holding on Deer Creek, so Deer Creek's going to take over.
That was Javion Jones, the senior, with that pick.
And Deer Creek watched film, because the way that the Putnam City North likes to use Moffitt is on those routes, those exact routes on the short side of the field like that.
So Deer Creek gets the first turnover of the game. They're going to come out here on offense with good field position to start this first drive. 9:47 to go in the first quarter. Got the snap, going to give it up the middle, cut back inside. He's going to have a little bit of room to run. He'll get up to the 50. That's about a 5-yard gain there.
Yeah, these offensive linemen for Deer Creek are humongous specimens. I mean, they don't just have Jacob Sexton out there. I mean, the entire line looks like about one of the biggest offensive lines in the state.
He's going to fake the give, rolling out. Throw it up. He's got a guy who found a little spot in there. He got open just kind of inside he found a spot inside the zone. The quarterback here is number 8, Brett Pence. That was Deonte Wilson, number 4 on the carry on the play before that.
Yeah, they have Pence listed as 6'4" here. I don't know if I believe that.
I think they've stretched the height a little bit on the program here.
Well, typically you do that in high school. You know, when I played, it was the players made their own measurements. So we usually added an inch and added 10 pounds to our weight.
Snap, Pence gives up to Wilson. He's going to get a few yards. He's going to be close, but I think he's short of that first down marker. That's going to bring up
about a half a yard shy of that first down.
That's going to bring up 4th and 1.
And that was Jackson D'Souza on the tackle there. Great open field tackle.
So they're going to go for it. They're in the Panther side of the field. Might be trying to draw them off sides here. Pence is looking to the sideline. Play clock is down to 12. Still plenty of time here. He snaps it. He's going to give it up the middle, cut back inside, and he will get the first down. Just barely.
By about 2 yards there.
So
one thing I've noticed between both teams, there's not a lot of chippiness. There's not, they're not chirping back and forth with each other. I mean, you saw a little bit of shoving there, but you're just seeing two teams kind of going and having a business mindset tonight. Yeah, that pass just hit the dirt right before the wide receiver's feet.
So that'll bring up a 2nd 10. Both these teams looking like just kind of taking their time on offense, get the play in. We don't see any of them rushing up to run no huddle. Pence looking to throw again over the middle. It was a short little dump route there. Receiver just couldn't hold on the ball.
But this quarterback for Deer Creek is not afraid to air it out. I mean, that's several throws in a row now. I mean, it's easy to see now why they are averaging 35.5 points a game. I mean, they're going pretty quick. And
he's going to get the snap. He's looking to throw again. Sets up the pocket. Great protection over the middle,
nice.
And good
was
defense.
Great defensive play by Desenlay. Great defensive play. He just got a hand in there, kept it clean. He didn't get there early. Got there right. That was great fundamentals there.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 10. And Deer Creek is going to punt.
Reese Moffitt's back to receive.
Probably going to try for a little corner kick.
Yeah,
He pooches it up there. And that was a really short kick.
It was about 15-yard play.
So Deer Creek with the turnover. They get the turnover on the interception, but they're unable to capitalize. They did get a couple of first downs, but ended up having to punt. And so the ball goes back over to the Panthers. And with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, Carson Laverty will bring the Panthers back out here, and let's see if they can move the ball again.
They do have good field position, close to the 30-yard line. This offense just has to kind of play, poised, and just remember what their coaches tell them. It's not too hot. They shouldn't be too tired at this point. Just the second drive of the game. Let's see if we can get something moving.
So it looks like we have a media timeout here. So this game is on This game is on TV tonight. So
I believe this is the Cox game of the week.
Yeah. But you are watching us here on YouTube and on News9.com. So we appreciate everybody who's watching online. Please leave a comment if you're on YouTube. We'd love to hear what you have to say about the game. So the Panthers come back out here. Start on their own 29-yard line. Laverty in the gun. And he's going to give it up the middle. That's Kamarion Jones. And he had some room to run. That was a good open field tackle by
yeah, that was just a running back draw there.
Tatum Hartfield. It's going to bring up a 2nd 6 for the Panthers. Laverty in the gun again. He's going to check with the sideline, checking with his dad over there. And he's going to give it up the middle again to Kamarion Jones, but he's hit immediately in the backfield, and that is number 60. Cyrus Shang, he's a senior, so he got back there, got through there pretty quickly, and blew up that play. Looking at a 3rd and 5 now for the Panthers.
Yeah, North went with a package that you see quite often where they'll pull they'll pull Hayden Thornton just behind the left tackle or the right tackle, and it's almost like a jumbo package. A lot of blockers out there, but you got to block on those plays.
Laverty looking to throw. He's going to scramble to the left, and he's got some pressure. Going out to the right side. He's tucking it, looking for some room, and there's just nowhere to go.
Yeah, you don't want to, I mean, your instinct is to say, throw the ball, but at that point, you're already going to punt. If you don't get something, if you're the quarterback there and you've already tucked the ball, just keep it. There's no need to throw it and maybe get it picked off. You just want to hang on to it and know to punt and live to fight another day on that situation.
So he's going to get this one away. He's got some pressure in his face, and it was a bad kick. He just looks like he shanked it.
Oh, good roll.
But he got a good bounce.
It was a great
bounce for the Panthers there.
You had to get rid of that one quickly. I'm telling you, Deer Creek has got some athletes, and they're flying around on that field tonight. North is going to have to match the energy.
So turn the ball back over to Deer Creek. 5:52 to go in the first. We're still scoreless. Got a defensive struggle going on here right now.
Yeah.
In that first series, we didn't call Jaleel Johnson's name at all. So.
Yeah, I noticed he's on the opposite side of Jacob Sexton, so I don't know how much we'll see of them going against each other tonight.
When you can't do what you love to do, it's time to take care of it. If you put off the joint replacement,
let's check if we have any comments right now.
Yeah, you definitely get your comments in. We will definitely be giving shout-outs and reading some of your comments as we go along here through the game tonight.
AJ the Savage is on here. Johnny Osborne. Just a reminder, please keep it clean on the chats. We will delete any, profanity, any bad comments will get deleted. So we welcome your input. We want to hear what you have to say about the game, but please keep it clean on the chat. And welcome everybody who's also watching on news9.com. This really is the game of the week in the Metro.
Yep. I believe the number 8 team and the number 9 team in the state for 6A.
Hence, looking to throw, looking for a screen pass, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, he was blown up immediately.
That was 35 Tony Thomas, a senior, blowing that up. We do have Jaleel Johnson and Jake Sexton on the same side of the field. Second 11, Pence looking to throw. He's got a receiver on the sideline for a first down gain. That's Javion Jones, number 1.
Yeah, Deer Creek has now, they've got Jacob Sexton over on the right-hand side, and Jaleel Johnson is lining up right above him. And this is a matchup that you want to see. I mean, two very, very good college prospects going against each other right now.
Pence going to throw again. Got some pressure, rolling out, and he has a receiver on the sideline, but he can't hit them.
And just like that, I mean, that's what you're going to see in this game. It looked like number 73 for Deer Creek, Jacob Sexton, had Jaleel locked up, but Pence for Deer Creek, quarterback, decided to try to escape the pocket. He didn't need to. He could have stepped up, and he had help from his offensive line. He could have bought a couple more seconds stepping up and then trying to find something.
Jaleel wearing number 11. Last time we saw him, he was wearing number 42. Give us up the middle, going to have a couple of yards there. That's Deonte Wilson, junior running back.
Yeah, number 32 for Putnam City North, Jackson D'Souza. He's made some plays already in this game.
Deer Creek on the other side of the field, Panther territory. Pence rolling out right, looking to throw. And he finds a receiver out there on the sideline. That's number 7.
Yeah, Deer Creek's doing a really good job of just kind of spreading the field out and using space.
That's Bryson Reese.
That's one thing you'll see in spread offenses is they'll take their, I mean, they've got four wide receivers right now, one back set, and they just use the space, the open space in the field.
Pence looking to throw again. Got a receiver right there in open space. That's number 16. That's number 16, Berkeley Dalton, with the first down.
Yeah, it does look like Deer Creek is starting to kind of find their rhythm here with their route combinations and Pence being able to find them, the open receivers.
Deer Creek now in the red zone. Pence in the gun, checking with the sideline. You think they change it up and just keep doing what they're doing? They're having success finding opening spots in the. He's going to give it up the middle of his running back, and there is some space there, and he's going to get up to almost to the 5, maybe the 6-yard line.
And not to say I called it in my head, but I just I saw a run all the way there just because, you know, you've passed, and defense is starting to adjust to those passes, and it's a perfect time to throw in a run up the middle just to keep them honest.
That was Wilson on the run. Finding some gaps there. This Antler offensive line doing a good job of moving some Panthers around. We got motion here. Pence looking to give to Wilson again. Wilson cuts back up inside, and he's going to get down to about the 2.
Yeah, the linebackers in the defensive line for Putnam City North they're gonna make them work for it. I mean, that's one thing you can say is that they're gonna go out and play really physical and really hard.
Starting to see a couple of guys here with hands on hips. Jaleel Johnson, number 11. Now's the time they got to step up. They got to get a stop here.
Yeah, we've seen some substitutions already in this drive just to keep guys fresh.
Wilson moving to the other side of Pence. And looks like he's going to give to him to the left side, and he throws a slant for a touchdown. Touchdown, Deer Creek Antlers. Number 16,
yeah, that's
Berkeley Dalton.
That's going to be a problem in this game with that spread offense like that. It's the air raid, you know, that's predicated on play action pass. I mean, you buy yourself space by acting like you're going to run it, and you have the option. The quarterback has the option to hand the ball off there if he feels like there's enough space there. But if he sees a guy that's open, he'll just pull that ball and throw it right to him.
Right. Extra point is up and good. So Deer Creek takes a 7-0 lead early. 2:30. There's about 3 minutes to go.
Yeah,
in the first quarter.
That was a pretty long drive, and the defense is just going to have to kind of settle down now. It's first quarter. You know, it's 7 points. It's a 7-point lead. You're not out of it by any stretch of imagination. You just got to settle down as a defense and, you know, keep rotating bodies out there and see if you can start making some adjustments to help kind of. They might have to go strictly man with their defensive backs. And then they're going to have to put their linebackers on assignment. I mean, you're responsible for one person when you're out there.
Restaurants, barbecues, like cookouts and stuff, colleges, concerts, your organization, and schools, anything, and different kind of things. Come and see us.
So Panthers are going to get the ball back with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kick. And that one will go back for a touchback.
Number 9, Grayson Moore.
Three minutes to go in the first quarter. So, Sean, what do you think the Panthers need to do here?
Oh, I mean, go back to what you're good at. I mean, Reese Moffitt on the outside. You know, don't be afraid to go back to him. I know you throw an interception, but, you know, just do what works. Don't go away from things that have been successful in the past just because you get a turnover.
Laverty is going to give the ball up to the left side. There is a hole there, and he's going to get up for about a 7-yard gain. That's number 3, Trell Churchwell. So going with Churchwell in the backfield now instead of Kamarion Jones.
Yeah, he's typically a wide receiver. You know, this may be the Tavon Austin kind of deal, bringing him to running back now. And we're going to get some early movement on the offensive line, I believe. Maybe the center just didn't snap the ball when he should have. Looked like that was a timing play that just didn't quite work out for him. You've got Thornton coming back in the game, so I think watch for them to utilize Churchwell a little bit more here. And I mean, he's definitely a quick guy, so he can hit those holes and you know,
yeah,
he's a shiftier guy. He's definitely a speed guy. So
Laverty is going to look to throw on this one, and he's got pressure right away. Has to scramble to his left side. He will get some yardage.
He got hit out
maybe
of
late
bounds.
hit out of bounds there.
They're not throwing a flag.
I mean,
That is amazing.
That definitely looked like a late hit out of bounds.
I mean, they're not even discussing it. Well,
So this will bring up a 3rd and 3 with 2:20 to go in the first quarter.
Coach Laverty's talking to one of the, you know, the
Coach Laverty should be in the official's ear after that one.
yeah.
Hayden Thornton, who's over to this right side, got some motion. Quick pitch up, and that is number 4.
He's not gonna get there.
That's Cameron Scott. Doesn't get to the corner. That's going to bring up a 4th down. Bring up a 4th and 3, so no gain on that play. So that's going to force the Panthers to punt here with about 2 minutes to go in the quarter.
Yeah, they definitely showed some new things on that short drive, but you know, you keep working it like that. I think you still got to continue to run the ball, whether it be to the outside of the tackles or running up the middle. You gotta keep at that, because then that'll open up your passing lanes when you're looking to throw.
So not a very good punt on that one.
Yeah, those Deer Creek, you know, on their punt team or their punt receive team, they're getting after it, and they're rushing that punter, hoping to block the punt. I mean, they've gone pretty aggressively the last 2 punts now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually got one this game.
So one of the things that the Panther defense is going to have to do here is they're really going to have to take away those little short routes, because what Deer Creek's doing is they're just running, they're finding the little holes in the zone, and they're sitting down in those holes, and Pence is finding his receivers. So maybe try some man on the outside. There's a quick out right there. And again, just giving them a lot of space there.
Yeah, I'm noticing they are giving the wide receivers a lot of space. And, you know, maybe that's their defense. They're told just keep it in front of you. Don't let anything behind you, which can work to kind of quell some high-powered offenses. But, I mean, you got to get up there and get in their face, play some press coverage. And
Pence rolling out to the left. And that one's going to get knocked down. That'll bring up a 3rd and 2. And you got to expect them to run it. Maybe a quick slant.
yeah, and I would think this is maybe even 4-down territory here. I don't know how good their kicker is. He did seem to have a pretty strong leg on the kickoff, but you know, I don't know how accurate he is. Maybe a quick kick on 4th down from Pence if they don't get it here.
Motion behind Pence. Pence, a high snap. He gives it up the middle, and he's going to be hit right away, right at the marker.
He about got
So
it here. They may give it to him. Yep, they're going to give it to him.
giving him the first down, so they are going to move it. So that'll bring up a 1st down. Ball on the Panther 30. Pence, he's going to look to throw again. He's got a receiver up the corner, and he's caught it, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Antlers. That was number 20. Then we have a penalty flag after the play, but that is going to be number 28, Taylor Tomlin, the junior, on the touchdown.
Well, and another ref threw his flag as well. So I don't know if there's 2 penalties there, or if he just got jealous and wanted to throw his flag too.
So any penalty, it looks like they're still over there talking about it. That was just that was a quick out and go by the receiver, and he just got behind the corner. And you know, the Panthers are sitting there in zone, but there was nobody on the backside. The safety didn't come over to help.
Penalties are declined. It looked like a personal foul on the defense on Putnam City North. And then the ref did another motion for personal foul on Putnam City North a second time. So I don't know, really don't know what happened there.
So we are paused here with about 53 seconds to go, waiting for this one to get sorted out. Officials coming to this side. We're going to find out what this is. And he's going to come over here and talk to Coach Laverty. Tried to explain what happened. I didn't see a penalty. I was watching the receiver the whole time.
The timing of the flag, it looked like something that maybe happened on the way down to the ground, because it was while the Deer Creek receiver already had the ball cross the goal line. So I don't know if
I mean, it
Putnam
didn't look.
City North's guy tried to.
Here we go. Personal foul on the Panthers. And unsportsmanlike conduct on. So
okay.
it must be
so
offsetting.
Those are offsetting, yes.
Okay. So something must have been said, because I didn't see a late hit. I didn't see anything that looked obvious.
Well, the personal foul could have been something like tripping, you know,
Yeah.
after he got over the goal line. And then maybe the Deer
Kick is
Creek
up.
receiver likely retaliated, and just both of them got hit with it.
So 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Deer Creek is up 14-0 over the Panthers. And now it's gut check time for North.
Yeah, they're you know, and I don't see many of these guys on the sidelines. You know, they're all just kind of standing around. There's not a whole lot of energy coming from that sideline. I don't know. I don't know if they just at this point feel deflated, but it's not time to hang your head. I mean, you still have 3 quarters of football to go.
So familiar sight right now. Deer Creek kicking off again.
Churchwell and Moffitt are back to receive the kick.
And you kind of feel like this is a pivotal drive for North. They got to get something. They have to figure something out here. And that one go through. That's right, touchback. So,
you know, at this point, are you thinking you want to see a little chippiness? You want to see some jawing a little bit? I mean, obviously you want to keep it sportsmanlike, and you know, you don't want to get any penalties, but you almost want to see the offense come out and have a little bit of an attitude. They have found it tough to move the ball on this Deer Creek defense.
Laverty, I mean, the Panthers have been able to move the ball at times. Laverty rolling out, looking to throw again. He's going to toss it up the right sideline and way overthrows his wide receiver, but we do have a flag.
Yeah, he tried to keep running. He turned and looked for Laverty, and the Deer Creek defender just stopped and kind of impeded Moffitt to keep running. So they're going to get 15 yards tacked onto the original line of scrimmage.
So that'll be a first down by way of penalty. Moves the chains.
Hey, you'd take anything you can get at this point.
That's right. Whatever moves the ball down the field.
I mean, you go down and you score, and, things are looking a little bit better.
That defensive line for Deer Creek getting a lot of pressure. They're really moving
Even
guys
with
around.
just 3 guys, yeah.
Right. So we're going to give up. There's cut up inside. He'll cut back. And he's going to get about to the 40.
Yeah, Churchwell's doing a great job of running the ball. I'd like to see him get to the outside a little bit. Use the edge, try to get to the sideline, and then break up field.
They've tried that a couple of times, but Deer Creek just seems so fast, and there's nowhere to go up the middle that time.
They are, and kind of one of the problems with bringing one of your smaller wide receivers is as soon as he gets hit, he's probably going to go down.
Right.
Not to say the kid isn't tough, but you don't have a 6 foot, 210-pound bruiser back there.
Right. I think they're just going to let the clock run out here to end the first quarter. And that will be it for the end of the first quarter. All Deer Creek right now, 14-0. Panthers ready to regroup. Maybe they can start the second quarter. They're near midfield, so, we'll see what they can do here. Let's check the comments on YouTube. We don't have any new comments. Hey, if you guys are watching on YouTube, feel free to comment. We'll see what you have to say about the game. Right now, it's all Deer Creek. Thank you for all of you watching on news9.com as well. Sean Brown, Michael Johnston with you, bringing you the game here from Putnam City North High School. Beautiful night out tonight. We're hoping to get the game in before any rain shows up. All right, so we're ready to get started with the second quarter here. Deer Creek leading this one 14-0.
I'd like to see them go back to Moffitt. He's only been targeted that one time, well, twice now. But I'd like to see them kind of go back to him.
And Laverty's going to keep it up the right side. He does get up to the 50. So that will move the chains. First down.
Yeah, Laverty's a real good dual threat. He uses his legs more than a lot of quarterbacks. He's just real shifty, and you need to buy a yard. I mean, he's good enough to do it.
They get the chain set. Clock restarts. Laverty getting the call. Only a 3-man front for Deer Creek. Give the ball up the middle. Shiftiness. Finds a little bit of space in there. He's going to get about 4 yards on the carry. Trey Churchwell. Laverty. Again, a 3-man front. And it's really hard to throw the ball or do anything if you're North when you're facing a 3-man front and they're getting the pressure that they are. Laverty looking to throw. Pressure immediately, and he goes down. And that was pressure coming from number 49. That's Denver Hanna. I mean, you're talking about a 3-man front. We just talked about it. And
they did send
pressure.
They did send a a linebacker off the edge. So they got pressure on the right side of the field, or the offense is left.
About 10.5 minutes to go in this first half. Panthers trying to get on the other side of the 50. Trying to keep this drive alive. Low snap. Laverty looking to throw. He's going to step up and immediately get some pressure, but he does get away, and he's got a little bit of room to run. He takes on the tacklers, and he gets down to about the 45-yard line. So great job by Laverty finding some space and nowhere to throw it, so he just takes off. But that's still going to bring up a 4th down. And it looks like the Panthers are going to punt.
Yeah, you got a heavy 4 yards there, and I mean heavy. I mean it's not quite 5, but it's almost 4.5 there. That's not quite 4 down territory.
Laverty is looking to punt. He's got to get it away. I mean, he really needs to get it downfield. He's looking to throw.
Faking.
That's a fake. He's going to throw, and it's just too short. He had his man, but the throw was off.
And the wide receiver, I mean, not saying it's on him, but he could have come back a little bit.
That was Cameron Scott. He's a sophomore. He could have came back for the ball. You're right.
He definitely didn't have to go that far, and maybe that's what Laverty was thinking, is that he was closer. Sometimes the quarterback will throw just for the first down. But yeah, you got to put a little bit of air on those.
So that'll turn the ball over. Deer Creek's going to get the ball right around about the 45, their own 45-yard line.
I guess that was 4 down territory.
Yeah,
right,
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Your punter has now had 2 chances that
Pence
just
all day to throw. Steps up to the right, still looking. There's a flag there.
Yeah, they're going to get Deer Creek for holding. That was just way too long for Pence to hold on to the ball there.
That's a big ask for your offensive line. I mean, they've got a clock in their head, and they, you know, after 4 seconds, you're done. So they will back Deer Creek up.
I mean, you see that all over the country. When the quarterback's holding the ball that long, I would say greater than 50% of the time, you're going to see a holding call on something like that. I mean, they say you can call a holding on just about every play, but
that's going to bring up a 1st and 27. Pence swing out to the left side, looks like a little wide receiver screen, and the Panthers pursue to it.
Yeah, he's not going to get anything there.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and very long, and they're going backwards.
Yeah, they should be careful there, because you throw a bad pass or a defender jumps the ball on that, that's an easy 6 right there.
And we've seen Jaleel Johnson and some others. We've seen the Panthers get turnovers this year.
Yeah.
Deer Creek need to be very careful here on a 3rd and I guess they're calling it 2nd long. 2nd and clock continues to run. Pence is going to give up the middle, and there is a big hole up the middle to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they on 3rd and long like that, you really just or 2nd and long, you're really looking to get half of that back,
right?
At least.
That was Deonte Wilson.
Yeah, and then set you up for a 3rd and about 15 right here, 3rd and 14. But that play went as well for them as they could expect.
It's back to throw. He's going to throw long up the left side, and he's got a receiver who goes up and gets a great grab. That was just a heck of a catch. It really was. That's number 1. That's Javion Jones with that catch, and he just got in between 2 defenders, went up high, got the ball at its highest point, and was able to bring that ball down. So that was a heck of a play. So that moves the sticks. So the Panthers can't capitalize on a long situation, and they give a fresh set of downs to Deer Creek here.
And that 2nd and long running, I mean, you think, why are you running there? But that's exactly why. They got almost half their distance back, and then, complete the pass like that.
Looking to throw again. He's got plenty of time. Steps up to the right. He's going to take off. He's tucking the ball. He's going to try to get to the sideline and just get out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a long way for him to go.
But that was a great run for him. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2. So 8 yards on that play. Boy, Pence just looks like a good quarterback, doesn't he? He's your prototypical. He's tall. He sits back there in the pocket. Good awareness.
And they're running a good scheme.
This time he's going to give it. He's going to cut back inside, and the linebacker can't make a play. Another missed tackle, and then finally that's number 5. That's Dazion Matthews with the tackle after a couple missed tackles there.
Yeah,
there was a big hole there.
That running back for Deer Creek, number 4, Deonte Wilson. Man, he put it in a different gear there.
That was impressive.
It'd be nice to our Panthers, but that was an incredible cut.
That's a quick over-the-middle pop pass to number 11. He's going to be down to the 3.
Gavin Smith on the reception there, big tight end.
That was a great-looking play right there. Just a little pop pass. Looked like a tight end release.
He's actually a 6'3", 173-pound wide receiver. That's a big high school wide receiver.
Just a great play, though, that fake. Just a quick fake, just to freeze your linebackers.
Yep.
And then he releases over the top. Antlers knocking on the door, going to give it straight up the middle, and he's going to be he's getting a push there at the end. He's going to be just short. So that's going to bring up a 2nd goal from the 1 for the Antlers.
Yeah, we saw what happened last time Deer Creek got this close. We'll see if they look to pass or if they're going to try to
Mason
muscle
Miller,
it in.
and what do we have, a timeout here? False start on Deer Creek. So that back them up 5 yards. So they're right there inside the 1, and now they're going to be back to just outside the 5.
It looked like Pence was about to go under center and maybe QB sneak it in real quick. But obviously moving back 5 yards, that'll put a wrench in your gears real quick.
2nd and goal this time from the 6-yard line.
I think they're going to throw it here. Yep, he's faking the throw. He was looking for the slant, but they defended it really well. He's out to the right side, and he just finds his receiver in the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown, Deer Creek.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of Panthers kind of tripped each other up. Number 32, Jackson D'Souza, got tripped up there with another defender, and just they had the play dead. You know.
Yeah, they did.
Pence for Deer Creek was getting pursued, and he just waited and waited and waited, and like you were saying, he's a great quarterback. I mean, at least as far as since I've been watching, this might be the best quarterback that I've seen on an opposing team. And Mike, it looks like Jaleel Johnson is down on the sideline, kind of. He looks like he's holding his knee. He doesn't have his helmet with him.
Yeah, I see him. He's walking gingerly.
Yeah, he's kind of limping down the sideline. I don't know what's going on there. You got to hope that he is not out of this game.
Yeah, the Panthers can't afford to lose him on defense, but yeah, he might be tight, or he doesn't have any trainers with him, which is a good sign. So
yeah, but he also doesn't have his helmet, which is not a good sign, because usually if you're not going to go back into the game, they take your helmet from you so that you can't go try to sneak back onto the field.
We'll have to keep an eye on him. Let's see if he comes back in a little bit later. So 6:24 to go in this first half. It's been all Deer Creek. And the Panthers they don't look fired up. They don't look like last time we saw them against Putnam City. They were fired up and they were aggressive, and I'm just not seeing it in them.
Yeah,
tonight.
they were smack talking back to the other team, and but after each play, you'd see guys jawing at each other. You're not seeing that at all in this game. And like I said, I'm not advocating that they go start throwing punches or
right.
play a dirty game, but you want to see some fire out of these guys.
Right.
I mean, because this is a type of game that could get out of hand really, really quick.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. North has to do something here. You feel like just for momentum's sake, they've got to put some points on the board before the half.
Yeah.
Kick away. And they're going to call it dead in the end zone, so a touchback. So 6:24 to go in the first. Deer Creek 21-0. At halftime, we don't do any commercial breaks, but we are going to take a break. We will leave the camera up, and you will be able to watch the bands perform at halftime. So Panthers back out on the field.
They've got enough time if they can and put together an extended drive.
And looks up the right side. That is number 9. That is Kamarian Jones. So he's back in at tailback. He found some space to run. Gets about 8 yards on the carry. That's going to bring up 2nd and 2. That's what they need to do. The Panthers, they've got to find those holes, but they can't have a busted play where they get no gain or lose some yardage.
Yeah, Jones is a lot more physical of a running back, and this way you get more playmakers on the field. You get to put Churchwell out there at the same time as Jones, and hopefully they can put some together here.
Laverty looking to throw. He's got some heat. He's got it looked like a wide receiver screen there for a second. It looked like he was going to pull up and throw it.
He just
So he
almost got the
30.
first down. Depends on where they spot him here.
That's Phil Jackson, junior wide receiver. We haven't called his name much.
We got a Panther down on the field. That's, I believe, number 78, Josh Davis, it looks like.
And you hope he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, with Jaleel going down, I mean, you hate to see bodies just falling left and right now.
So pause in the action with 5:40 to go. So we got the injured player off the field. Panthers offense back on the field. 5:40 to go in the second. Panthers trying to get on the board before halftime. Laverty looking to throw again. And he's going to be caught on the outside. So nowhere to run for him. Clock continues to run. At some point, they've got to speed it up. They've got to speed up their offense here because they're running a lot of time off the clock and they're not really going anywhere. Laverty, you got to think he's going to throw here. Nope, he's going to give it up to Kamarian Jones, and there's nowhere to go. Maybe a yard. So the clock will continue to run. That brings up a 3rd and 8. Obvious passing situation. I'd be really surprised if they run the ball here. And Laverty looking to throw. He's got pressure right away. Just right away, and that was... Is that 92? That was 92. Dax Lewis, he just beat his man. He beat his man, and he got right to Laverty.
Yeah, and that didn't look like it was from the – it looked like it was from the right side of the offensive line. I don't believe that's where Josh Davis came from. I believe Josh Davis was playing the interior on the left, so normally mistakes like that made by a guy that maybe just came in the game, but that didn't look to be the case.
Low hits the ground. Got to get that one away quickly, and he does. There wasn't a lot of pressure on that one. And he's going to fair catch that at about the 42-yard line. So great field position.
Yeah, Deer Creek doesn't have to be aggressive in that situation. They're up 21-0.
But you got to feel like they want to put another one on the board right here before half. Go up 28-0. Sure. These two teams, they are rivals. Putnam City North got the win last year up at Deer Creek, so they're trying to avenge that loss.
Yeah, one thing about Deer Creek that's a little bit different from some of the schools that are in the central part of the city is a lot of those kids grew up, playing sports almost all their lives together. It's almost like a small town type feel. It's really hard to transfer into Deer Creek, so most of those kids, grew up within the school system and probably played a lot of ball together already. With Putnam City North, Putnam City West, Putnam City Original, there's a lot of middle schools and elementary schools around Oklahoma City or the Putnam City district that all kind of converse into just 3 high schools here. So with Deer Creek, you've got 1 high school, 1 middle school, and then you've got some, the intermediate school or the 4th and 5th grade, and then you've got the elementary school. But most of those kids grew up knowing each other. That makes a difference in team sports.
Antlers back on the field. Looking to add another score before half. They're going to give it up the middle, and there is a little hole there, and he's going to get up for about a 4-yard gain. Who is that? It's number 4. That's Deonte Wilson with the carry. So you almost feel like run, take a shot. Deep shot down the sideline. We'll have to see if that plays out, but that's almost what I feel like is coming up here. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw, a little bit of pressure. And that's Jaleel Johnson back out there. He throws it up the right side, and it's tipped and incomplete. So he did try to take a shot all the way down the side. Jaleel Johnson, number 11, is back out there. He was pressuring Pence on that play.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's limping at all either.
So maybe just tight. You wouldn't expect this early in the game to have any issue with cramping.
No, he could have a stinger, something that just bothers you for a few minutes, but he looks to be, full go right now.
Look for ISO on that top side. And Pence is going to roll right. He's looking, and there's pressure right away, and he gets
Jaleel
Johnson with the sack.
That's the type of player that can put a little spark into your team. You keep making plays like that, and you'll get back in it. Just got to give a little, inject a little energy into your offense now and see if they can put something together.
They're going to punt.
Oh, they almost got
Gets
to that
it away.
punter too.
Long punt.
Oh, man, that was a great punt.
Where are they going to mark that one out?
It looked like it was well within the 5-yard line. But it looks like he's going up to about the 6 maybe.
So Deer Creek with the rare punt, thanks to Jaleel Johnson with the pressure and getting the sack, pushes Deer Creek, forces them into a punt situation, even though they were on the Panther side of the field. But now the Panthers are backed up
Yeah, that was
2:24 to go in a long field.
That was a great defensive possession there. Let's just see if the offense can put some stuff together. You got 2 minutes here to really do something.
They're just going to keep it up the middle, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's got to be positive plays from here on out. I mean, you don't have a whole lot of time. That clock's going to get lower and lower.
Kamarion Jones again.
You gotta
they
think,
just going to run the clock out?
Or are you going to take a shot? I mean, you got to think a score would put you sitting pretty nice, even though Deer Creek's going to have the ball, because that's one thing you got to consider too. Deer Creek gets the ball coming out of halftime.
Yeah, I think the concern here, though, might be maybe throwing a pick six or turnover,
well,
low snap there. Laverty looking to throw. There's flags down, and that's going to be probably holding.
Yeah, it is in the backfield. There's starting to be some chippiness.
That was Cameron Scott on the catch, but they're going to get backed up even further here.
Yeah, that's not something you want on a good offensive play there. But it is only second down. It'll It was a legal shift.
You know, you see them guys moving around, a guy's just barely setting, another guy goes in motion. They're doing a lot of shifting really fast, and I think sometimes they get ahead of themselves and a guy takes off before another guy is set. So they're backed up now on the 3.
This is an area you got to be very careful here.
Laverty from his own end zone looking to throw. He's probably going to, he's going to hit right there. I don't think he saw the pressure coming. So Laverty was kind of pointing downfield looking for his man.
And Laverty might have gotten lucky there. I mean, I know that's crazy to say, but he looked like he was about to throw the ball, and I think he was going to be over the line of scrimmage. So
this is going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Panthers.
Clock does stop because he went out of bounds,
which might be a bad thing for them. Give Deer Creek the ball with too much time left, but we'll see what happens here. Another wide 3-man front.
Low snaps.
And they're still getting pressure to Laverty. Throws up the sideline into double coverage. Is that caught?
Yep.
He catches it. Are they calling it incomplete? They called it incomplete.
Okay.
That was a heck of an effort.
I thought Deer Creek came up with
Cameron Scott, he went up for it. Laverty threw into double coverage, but Scott looked like he had the high jump on it, but he just couldn't come down with it.
Deer Creek might be thinking aggressive right here because 132 left.
You don't have anything to lose. If you hit the punter and it's a penalty.
Yeah, they are up by 21, and the punter's going to be punting from his own end zone. So let's see what they do here.
He gets the kick away, and he's going to have a fair catch it. But boy, they have good field position. There's minute 24 to go in this half. Plenty of time for Deer Creek to get another one on the board. Panthers really need to swell up right here and kind of a bend and don't break defense right now.
Well, just do what you were doing in that last series, in that last defensive series.
Yeah, the way that Pence has been able to find receivers in the holes in those zones, I almost think at this point you need to maybe go man-to-man and start blitzing some linebackers and just try to get to Pence because he's got all kinds of time to throw right now. They're not getting a lot of pressure on him. You can see the pocket really well. He steps up and finds his man right there at the 25-yard line.
And Jaleel Johnson comes back out. He's hurting bad.
So
I mean, he took himself out.
That's a first down. Yeah. So they're without Jaleel Johnson. Panthers also going with a 3-man front, but they got to get some pressure. I think they need to start trying to do some blitzing here, some scheming, maybe some twisting, disguising their defense a little bit, but Pence looking to throw. He's got all kinds of time.
They're going to get
flags for holding.
Yeah, they're going to get Jacob Sexton. He basically took what was that, 90? Is that 91? No, number 90.
And they're going to mark him back, so that's going to bring the ball back to.
Yeah, Jacob Sexton took Ferris Shawelred and just, I mean, basically short of suplexed him. I mean, he threw him down to the ground and I mean, basically tackled him.
So now you have to think Deer Creek is probably going to take a couple shots, but they also don't want to turn the ball over as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to run the ball. I just.
And they do.
Yeah.
Give it up the middle, but he cuts back, and he's going to hit a wall of red there.
You don't have to take shots right now. You're up 21-0. It's, less than a minute. You don't want to give the ball up. I think they're just going to.
Got a timeout here.
Is this a Putnam City North timeout?
I believe so.
Okay.
So it's a 2nd and 27. A 25-second play clock, 46 seconds on the clock. How many timeouts does? It looks like they have a couple more timeouts. So, if Coach Laverty wants to get aggressive, maybe try to force, get the ball back. But, if you get the ball back, you're only going to have a few seconds left. And with the way the Panthers have been on offense, I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything with it. I mean, I think at this point you get into halftime, you just regroup.
Yeah.
Try to come out this second half and make a game of it. I want to thank everybody who's watching us on SportsZone Oklahoma on YouTube, also news9.com. We appreciate all your support. Make sure to leave your comments, the YouTube chat. We'll check those at halftime. 46 seconds to go, 2nd 27. Pence is he's looking to throw. He's looking to throw it deep. He's going to take a big shot. He's got all kinds of time. Now he just heaves it and lets it go.
There's a guy
and he's got a guy wide open. And they're going to say he was out of bounds.
North got lucky because it didn't look like he stepped out of bounds.
I didn't think he stepped out either. That looked not sure what.
I mean, his legs swung that way, but
so
man, that guy, he was wide open too. I couldn't really see what was going on that side.
It's going to bring up a 1st and goal from, they're saying the 4. 36 seconds to go. Clock does start. See if the Panthers can hold him out. Pence rolling to his left, looking to throw. Throws it off the hands of his receiver. He had a guy open. The guy broke. That's number 7. Bryson Rouse
comes back out. Man.
You can tell he doesn't want to come out. He wants to play.
My goodness.
I mean, this is where you have to make a stand. I mean, if you're North, you got to stop them. You can't let them get a touchdown here. 27 seconds to go right before the half. 2nd down and goal from the 4.
I just got to give it up to Jaleel Johnson. I can't believe he's back out on the field.
Fakes the handoff. He's going to run the right side, and Pence is just going to walk in for a touchdown. So Deer Creek again on the board.
Yeah, that was a play that just broke down for Deer Creek. It looked like Pence was trying to throw the ball and nobody was open, but he didn't need to throw it. I mean, there was really nobody on the right-hand side of the field, and he just walked it in.
See if we get the extra point here. Kick is good. So 20 seconds to go in the first half. It's all Deer Creek Antlers. They lead the North Panthers 28-0. We will be leaving the stream up. You can watch the bands at halftime.
Speaking of bands, so I went to Bethany High School, played football there. The Deer Creek band is playing almost the exact same fight song that Bethany Broncos have.
That's interesting.
And I know they I think they took that from, I think Notre Dame maybe?
Okay.
Had a similar type fight song.
Well, you know who has the best fight song in all of sports,
No.
right? Yeah.
No.
The Ohio State
Sooners?
Buckeyes.
No.
OH.
No. I will say.
I
will
guarantee
say,
everybody watching
so
the stream is disagreeing with me.
I'm into music. I've been a musician all my life, and I will say one of the worst is one that's in 3/4 time for all you music snobs out there, and that is the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
And we instantly have people tuning out.
Yeah. It just, to me, it sounds like a circus song.
Oh, we're going to get some hate mail on that one.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I apologize to absolutely no one.
Sean here, the big OU fan. Of course, I grew up in Ohio, so I'm a Buckeye fan. So kind of a down year for us this year. So. All right, 16 seconds to go here in the half.
I think it's a down year for just
and
about everybody.
Panthers just going to kneel it, run the clock out, and go into halftime, regroup, and see if they can do anything when they come out here to start this second half. So clock ticks down to 0. Deer Creek Antlers dominating this one 28-0 at halftime. Sean Brown, Michael Johnson here with you, and we're getting ready to start the third quarter. Just real briefly, we wanted to mention we had a couple of comments in the YouTube chat. Aaron Stevenson says PC North looks scared to air it out. Reese needs 10-plus targets. We agree with that. And then we have Richard Ratliff says, grandparents are so glad for the streaming. Thanks so much. We are 70 miles away. Hey, we are glad that we can offer this to you, and it's great that people can enjoy high school football when they can't be at the game. So thank you for those comments, and we're thrilled that we can do this. We will be here for all the Putnam City North home games. Next game coming up will be Thursday, October 14th against Del City. So you can watch that on SportsZone Oklahoma, also news9.com. So
yeah, and as far as airing it out, the quarterback's got to have time to throw the ball. I mean, if the offensive line's breaking down, in 2 seconds, that doesn't really give you a whole lot of time to air it out. I would love nothing more than for Reese Moffitt, some of these other guys, Churchwell, to be able to put some stuff together. But, it seems like Carson is just running for his life every other play. So hopefully we see some better blocking this half. You also got to run the ball effectively. If you're not running the ball, then Deer Creek's just going to drop 8, and it makes it that much harder to air the ball out.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. So Panthers, this second half, we just have to see how they can respond. I mean, they're down. They're not a lot of energy. We talked about that. So what are they going to do coming out here? The first thing they need to do is they need a stop here on defense. They really need a big play from some of those guys. Looks like a 4-man front now. So nope, we got a wide linebacker backed out. And Jaleel Johnson gets in there right away.
But he blew it up.
He did. He absolutely blew it up.
He gave his teammates time to really close in on that tackle. Jaleel looks like he's got a knee brace on that left knee that was bugging him in the first half. Hopefully that is enough to keep him into this game, because look, Deer Creek was able to move the ball a lot easier when Jaleel was not on the field.
It's going to bring up a 2nd 12 here. Pence back. He does have time. Look out, that's picked off. Is that picked off? Oh,
no.
He dropped it. Hayden
dropped
Thornton.
the ball.
Hayden Thornton with the we thought was going to be a pick.
That was so close. And if you open up the second half with a play like that, that's huge. I mean, I'm not saying that puts you back into the game, but it injects some energy into your team. Man, that would have been huge if he would have held on to that. But hey, great play. That's the type of stuff you have to be aggressive with.
Pence and Jaleel Johnson's right there in his face again, but he gets away. Pence still rolling to the right, looking to throw across his body to the left. He has a wide open wide receiver heading up the sideline. Is he going to be able to get caught? He's giving chase. He's up the sideline to the 20, to the 15, down at the 12.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge play there. Pence to number 3, Michael Holly.
It's getting brought back. There's a flag on the field.
Legal substitution.
Yeah. And it may have been that player that was on the other side of the field. And I was really surprised that that Pence made that throw, because that's any quarterback coach will tell you, you never throw back across the field like that. But hey, he had a guy that was wide open, and luckily for the Panthers, it gets brought back. Illegal substitution. So I don't know if that was the guy that came in, but I mean, that could have been a reason why that guy was so wide open.
You have to be impressed with how Pence has been playing today.
Oh,
I mean,
totally.
It's been amazing. Snap, Pence looking to throw, plenty of time. He's going to look up the left side, wide open wide receiver for about, he gets up to, he's about 1 yard short of the first down. We have
late
a
flag
there.
Coming in. Thornton pushed him.
That's going to be a late hit out of bounds then.
Pushed the ball carrier out of bounds when he was crossed that line. He really, I mean, he didn't do much, but their momentum was going pretty quick, and he just extended his arm. Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul on Thornton there.
And that would have been a 4th and 1. And that deep in the in the field of play, Deer Creek would have been punting this. So this just a really bad mistake, not thinking, some frustration setting in with the Panthers, and they give Deer Creek the first down on the penalty.
And Thornton he's a captain on this team. You know, typically you don't want your captains making mistakes like that.
Deer Creek spread out again. Pence, plenty of time. Jaleel Johnson's working hard, but he's double teamed. Finds a receiver open near the middle of the field, and that is number 16, Berkeley Dalton, on the catch.
Deer Creek is running some really advanced route patterns. I mean, they're switching guys up. They're doing crossing routes. They've got a lot of crossers, and it's just confusing the defense. That's why you see so many open guys out there for Deer Creek.
Decide to run the ball on that play. Doesn't get much at all.
This is going to get called back.
Holding.
I believe it was, because it was in that that area of the field that typically holding would be.
Just to let everybody know, if you're noticing some things with the game clock, we are not linked to the stadium scoreboard's clock, so we are running ourselves. So occasionally you see it jump, or sometimes I forget to stop it. So our clock is not official. Just keep that in mind. Pence trying to draw him off sides. Maybe changing the play as running back's going to shift to the other side. 10 on the play clock.
It's first and about 22.
He's getting some pressure, but doesn't keep contained. He gets outside. He makes a great throw to the sideline.
Putnam City North's defense is getting pressure on him. They just can't seem to close in and make the tackle. We've seen Jaleel Johnson get right to him, and Pence just has just enough mobility to be able to get out of those tackles and find a guy down the field.
On that one, you teach him to keep contained, and he didn't keep that time. But, this whole day, Deer Creek, if they cut back inside, there's nobody there to help. So
yeah. I love what I'm seeing out of this defense. I mean, they're flying around. A lot more excitement out of them. And I will say that out of the two main sides of the ball, the defense has definitely been the more physical, the more excited looking side of the football in tonight's game against Deer Creek.
3rd and 13 coming up. Pence going to be looking to throw. Can they get enough pressure? Jaleel Johnson came hard on that side, but he finds a wide receiver open on the sideline, and that's going to be a first down out of bounds to number 1, Javion Jones, with the catch.
Yeah, Reese Moffitt was the guy that ran down that Deer Creek wide receiver, the play that ended up coming back. He looks a little gassed out there. I don't know if that has something to do with why his guy was wide open there, but you got to hope that he's, got some gas left in the tank after that big rundown.
Deer Creek driving, trying to put another score on the board. Outside to the wide receiver, like a little wide receiver screen. and he's going to be down right about the 20.
Yeah, Deer Creek just seems to be
Bryson Rouse on the catch.
not really phased by the energy of the defense from the Panthers. Jaleel Johnson is back out of the game. So it'll be interesting if Deer Creek capitalizes on that.
Pence rolling to his left. He's looking. Come back to the right. Nobody open. He's going to tuck it and run it. And he's got nothing but green. One man to beat, and he's down at the 1.
Yeah, that's happened several times in this game. He looks and looks to the left side, and everybody from everybody on the defense seems to kind of drift towards that side of the field. They're not leaving anybody over on that right side of the field to kind of contain the quarterback for Deer Creek, and so he's able to just gain
and right up the middle.
Yards.
That's right up the middle for the touchdown. Deonte Wilson with the touchdown for, and the flag afterwards is probably going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. So the touchdown should count, but we've got a flag. And I guess North will have the option of enforcing it on the extra point or the kickoff, and I would say they would do it in the kickoff. Did he just wave it off?
No, it looks like he's going to take that on the kickoff.
So if penalty will be enforced on the kickoff, extra point to come. Deer Creek drives right down the field. A couple of times during that possession, you thought the Panthers were going to get a stop. They had him in some long situations, and Pence just makes a play. I mean, I don't know his background of, if he's being recruited heavily or any school's interested, but he's been impressive tonight.
I'm sure he's getting some look from several schools.
Extra point up, and it's good.
Yeah, the defense for Putnam City North just looks deflated. I mean, you had several opportunities there. That's why they say football is a game of inches, because, literally a couple of inches away and maybe you sack the quarterback, a couple of inches and maybe you get that turnover from Thornton. It's just you have to capitalize on those plays. I mean, you have to make those plays.
So 35-0, 9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day at Marco's, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to the Italian.
So let's go ahead and take the time and just check our chat real quick. No other comments really. The fans view says check out 7th grade Hefner versus Midwest City's 28-point win on his YouTube channel. He says Hefner versus PCO Tuesday. Hefner 7th grade 3-0 for the season. So hey, congratulations for Hefner Middle School there. And so if you guys want to check out some middle school football, go check out that YouTube channel.
My alma mater. I did go to Bethany, but I transferred in.
Okay.
I was on track to go to Putnam City North. I started out at Wiley Post Elementary School just down the road, went to Hefner, and then ended up going to Bethany, transferring to Bethany. But yeah, been in this area pretty much all my life.
So Deer Creek, you ready to kick it off again? And game's starting to get a little bit out of hand. 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, and they're going to be kicking off from the 25-yard line because of that unsportsmanlike.
So we should absolutely have a return here.
Yeah. We have yet to see the first return for Putnam City North, the first kickoff return was actually returned to about the 30-yard line. So we'll see what Reese Moffitt could do here.
It's a short squib kick. But there will be a return. This is going to be good. Give them good field position. He's up to the left side, but he can't beat his man. He's going to be down to about the 47-yard line.
It's still great field position.
So Panthers, a good opportunity here. Good field position to start the second, or their drive with 8:53 to go in the third. Let's see if they can get some points. Got 5 wide receivers out there. No, 4. I take that back. He's just going to give it up the middle. He's going to get up to about the 49, get up to Deer Creek 49.
And handoff up the middle was to number 9, Cameron Jones. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 coming up for the Panthers. Laverty with a low snap. He looks to throw, a little bit of pressure, steps into it, finds a receiver out there on the left side, up the sideline, breaks a tackle, and is going to be out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. That was number 7, P.J. Porter on the catch.
See, those are the plays that are going to give your team some energy. You know, you start getting in a little bit of a rhythm. Carson starts completing some passes, and then you just start chipping away at that lead, and hopefully it sparks your defense as well.
Another low snap. Laverty fields it. Some pressure, steps left and makes a big throw up the left sideline. He's got a wide receiver, and it's knocked away.
It was a great play by Deer Creek.
But that's really what North has to do. I mean, they have to take their shots.
Yeah.
Down 35-0. So, you know, great play by Laverty, avoiding the pressure, stepping into it. Just he's had a couple of those tonight where you just think, you know, just inches away from his receiver being able to get that ball.
Yeah, if he.
And it looks like we have a penalty on the play.
Oh, okay.
So there was a flag right around air. I didn't see what the penalty was, but I'm guessing it's holding compared to where it was at.
Yeah, and this is going to be 1st and very long.
1st and 27 from the Deer Creek 49-yard line.
Yeah, and you really, you know, I say it all the time, you really just are looking to get half of that back right now. You don't have to get it all.
Snap. He's going to give it up the left side. There's a little bit of room there, but number 92 made a heck of a play there. That's Dax Lewis for Deer Creek making the play, just getting the shoestring. Great play there. Because that could have been that getting a half back. That could have been a 10-yard run right there. Instead, we're looking at a 2nd and 25 after the 2-yard gain. So clock continues to run here in the 3rd quarter. Laverty looking to take the snap. Looks like a screen pass to the right side. He had Kamarion Jones out there. He does find a little bit of gap, gets up to the 39-yard line, but that's just not going to be enough. That's not going to get it done here, trailing 35-0 in the 3rd quarter. So moving the ball just a few yards at a time, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 20, and Laverty's going to have to take a shot down the field. You got to figure 4 down territory, so maybe you do have 2 downs to get this. But you want to be able to be in like a 4th and 6 or so after this play, so you're going to have to move it downfield. Another low snap. Laverty steps up after the pressure. He gets hit as he throws, finds a receiver over on the sideline. That's Reese Moffitt, number 10.
Yeah, he made it back to about that original line of scrimmage. So, you know, you go for it here, see if you can get 10 yards.
4th and 10 coming up on the Deer Creek 32-yard line, and Panthers really need to convert this 1st down. They can't come up short. If you're a wide receiver, you got to know where those sticks are. You got to run your route a little bit deeper and come back to the ball if it's a curl route or an out route. You just can't be tackled short on this. So let's see what they dial up here. Clock continues to run in the 3rd quarter. Laverty gets the snap, rolls out left. Looking to throw. He does throw it down the field. Has a wide receiver, and it's caught down around the 12, 13-yard line.
That was number 2, Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson with the catch.
Carson's starting to spread the ball around, which is something we wanted to see. You know, because you have other playmakers out there. And it looks like he's finding them, and that was a great, I mean, the ball was kind of underthrown. Wide receiver had to come back for it, but it was a great play on the ball. It was a real strong catch there.
Another low snap, gives it to Kamarion Jones, cuts back up inside. He's going to get a couple of yards.
Yeah, they got to get that snap down because that's throwing off. I mean, even just a fraction of a second can throw off the entire play. I mean, it looks like it's, you know, Carson's having to reach down there and grab it, and by that time, you know, the defenders already have a step, so they've got to get that worked out.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Ball's on 11.
And that is number 78 at center, who was originally hurt in the
low snap again. Laverty looking to throw. He's got a guy out there, could break into the corner of the end zone.
Oh.
Reese Moffitt, and they're
He
saying
dropped
incomplete
it.
pass.
He dropped the ball, but he was wide open.
He was wide open, that back corner of the end zone for sure. He's got to come up with that.
That's one I guarantee you Reese Moffitt would love to have that back, but you know what? This is real life. You don't get it back.
Yeah, but you know what? Last time we were here when they played Putnam City North or Putnam City in that double overtime, you can't hang your head. You got to shake that off, and you got to move forward. So
if you have any hope of chipping this lead back, you know, you're right. You have to just continue to play.
Third and 8 coming up. They can get a first down here.
Yeah.
They don't need to try to take a shot completely at the end zone. You got 2 downs. Laverty rolling out right. He's looking to out route. Steps up and throws it. It's going to be picked off in the end zone. We are going to have a return out to about the 18-yard line. Who was that? Number 2? That was number 2 for Deer Creek. Adrian Holman with the pick. And you can't make that mistake. You can't do that down there. So defense will come out here, and
that's the story of this game. I mean, defense and offense. Something starts to come together, and then it just, there at the end, it just kind of falls to pieces, and that's just really unfortunate.
Deer Creek coming out their own side of the field. How will the Panthers respond? And then immediately they hit, that's Jaleel Johnson and number 35. I've got to find that one. Tony Thomas on the stop. So Deer Creek tries to run the ball up the middle. Second 9 coming up. Ball is on the 20. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Pence is going to take the snap here, and he gives the ball again up the middle. He's going to get up to the 25-yard line. That's number 32, Mason Miller, with the carry. So, you know, up 35-0 with the clock running. You know, Deer Creek might not throw the ball a whole lot here. They might be content running the ball. If they keep picking up first downs, they're going to run this clock out.
Yeah, they've already got their season average. I mean, you know, well into the
Pence
third
is
quarter.
going to throw, looking left, comes back right. He's getting a little bit of pressure. There's Jaleel Johnson. Jaleel Johnson gets him, but he spins away, and who was that cleaned it up? That's number 8.
That's been
for the Panthers.
That's been Jaleel Johnson's night. I mean, he's usually the first guy there, and for whatever reason, you know,
and look at this. They're doing a quick snap to punt, and the kick is going to be down to about the 48. I'd say he's down around the 49. He spins away. They are going to mark him back.
he didn't run back.
He didn't. It should have been marked up there at the 49-yard line.
He got knocked back,
and he never did reestablish and make a football move forward. So that ball should be down at the 49.
Yeah, that's a bad spot. And maybe they're going to.
I think they're going to move it back up. The guy, one of the officials, is in the middle of the field.
Looks like the Deer Creek coach is talking to the head ref there.
That was quick. I've never seen something like that. They rushed out there. They rushed a punter out and punted it immediately. Like they didn't give him any chance to set. So we're holding off here. This might be a media timeout. But it looks like they're going to move the spot up. Let's take the time to thank everybody who's watching us on YouTube and also news9.com. We appreciate all of you. If you are on the SportsZone Oklahoma YouTube channel, you can always live chat with us during timeouts and breaks in the action. We'll check some of the comments. this one kind of getting out of hand here, 35 to nothing.
That penalty obviously went against PC North.
The Antlers getting some revenge for last year's game. And we're getting ready to get back to action here. 3:23 to go in the third quarter. So they didn't spot him where I thought they should have. I mean, they didn't give him the forward progress. Laverty he gives it up the middle, maybe a yard. Kamarian Jones.
Yeah, just nothing really going there.
That's just not really working out for the Panthers. They can't run right up the middle. Deer Creek pretty stout on that defensive line up front. What's kind of worked for them is off tackle, trying to cut back, finding a few holes, but right up the middle just has not been working tonight. Another low snap. Wide receiver screen. He's got to beat one man. Good block on the outside by number 2. So number 3 with the catch. That's Trey Churchwell, and that was Phil Jackson, number 2, out there with a good block. But Churchwell just couldn't get away from the defender. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Clock stopped on that play. Laverty, another low snap, steps up, getting some pressure. He's going to get hit from behind and brought down by number 49.
Yeah, I just don't know that
Denver Hanna.
I just don't know that these wide receivers are really getting open. I mean, it seems like all night Carson's been holding on to the football just a little too long. Nothing's really happening downfield. He's had to bail out several times.
Well, you know, part of that is just the fact that, I mean, Deer Creek's only coming with 3 down linemen, and they're getting pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, so when you have 3 down linemen, you've got 8 in the back there defending between linebackers and DBs, and there's just nowhere to go with it.
You'd think they'd be able to run the ball.
That ball gets a good Deer Creek or a PC North bounce, and that will be down at about the 29. So 1:55 to go in the third quarter, and it's all Deer Creek, 35 to nothing. Panthers had an opportunity. They were down there. They were in the red zone, and unfortunately, Carson Laverty throws an interception in the end zone. And what's really unfortunate, though, Sean, is a play or two before that, he had his man. He had Reese Moffitt, and Moffitt couldn't hold on to it. So easily could have been 35 to 7. Antlers back out on the field on offense. Pence gives the ball up the middle. Runs into just a sea of red right there. Nowhere really to go.
Yeah, the best thing to come out of that is, you didn't have a 14-point swing there. You don't give up any points, but you also didn't score any. So
Marshall Spencer, 31, on the stop there. Want to give him some recognition for that play.
Yeah, I am starting to see some new faces out there. It looks like they're starting to go to their
second 6. Pence, pump fake, got a receiver right up the left side, right up the seam. That's number 14. He's going to be down to about the 12. Great play, great throw. Holden Van On with the catch.
This could get pretty ugly here in the second half.
Officials stop the clock to reset the chains. So Deer Creek looking to put another one on the board here. Inside the 15. 8 on the play clock. Pence is going to fake. He's going to throw a wide receiver screen. And is that picked? No, he can't make the play on that one. Clock stops with about 43 seconds to go. Fake that handoff, look for a wide receiver screen. And he had blockers out there. He might have been able to get to the end zone.
That was number 15, Destin Lay, who almost came up with the interception. Would have been a great play. Still broke the pass up.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Antlers. And he's going to look to throw. Quick little.
That was not completed.
That was incomplete pass, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
It was a pretty quick quarter. I mean, obviously Deer Creek's doing their best to wind the clock down, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last drive that you see Brett Pence on.
Yeah, with the way the Antlers defense has been playing. Pence over the middle, has a receiver down at the 1. They call that a catch, and that is to number 1, Javion Jones. Bring up 1st and goal. Our clock's a little off there, so stop it here. And the give is up the middle. There's nowhere to go there. Nowhere to go. That was to number 4, Deonte Wilson. And I think Deer Creek's just going to let the clock run out here. We'll switch to ends of the field, and they'll try to get it in the 4th quarter. So end of 3. Deer Creek leads 35-0. We're going to switch ends of the field. We got 1 more quarter to go in this one.
Yeah, I have a feeling if Deer Creek scores on this one, that may be, you know, when you start to see your starters come out and, you know.
I agree with you. I think it's a good time right now to get some young guys some playing time.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen the rest of the year. If you get it some injuries, a team like Deer Creek also has to be possible. I know it's early, but you might want to be thinking about playoffs, and you just don't want to hurt somebody when you're up 35-0.
Yeah.
And then you lose that guy the rest of the year. So,
yeah.
Especially Pence, I would put him on the bench in the 4th quarter if they get this one in.
And defensively, this doesn't feel like a huge shutout. I know that it sounds weird and it looks weird when it's 35-0, but you know, there have been times in this game where big plays have happened, and between those, North has shown a lot of fight. You know, you've got guys like Jaleel Johnson who get injured and then go back in the game. You also have number 78, Josh Davis, who gets hurt in the 1st quarter or the 1st half, and then comes right back in the game in the 2nd half. This Putnam City North squad has a ton of fight in them, and that's why I say it doesn't feel like this big, huge rout, but it's just the big chunk plays that Deer Creek has been able to get away with. That's been the deciding factor in this is you know, just those huge plays that happen, you know, every couple of drives, and it's just allowed Deer Creek to just gain. You know, it was 14-0, then 21-0, and then you felt like Putnam City North was starting to put a drive together, and then they make a mistake. So you know, going forward, you just want to see Putnam City North just limit those mistakes. Don't underthrow your receivers. Be smart with the football. Now that last interception, you know, he's taken a shot to the end zone. He had his guy. It was just a great play by Deer Creek to step in front of that ball.
Pence takes the snap to start the 4th quarter, and it's guy come free right at him, and he overthrows his receiver at the corner of the end zone. So they brought an outside linebacker on a blitz inside, and he came free, and he got a free shot at Pence on that one. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 from the 9-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 9. 2 plays here, or they may want to give their kicker some practice. He's only kicked extra points tonight.
Yeah, this is well within field goal range, and
Pence going to roll to the right. He's looking, and he's going to be brought down by Jaleel Johnson, big number 11. He gets some help there.
And that's been the difference here between Pence and Laverty. You know, Laverty would have taken a shot there. Pence holds on to the ball. You know, Pence is a senior. He's had one more year of experience. But he hangs on to the ball there and just takes the sack, knowing that his kicker can come in and probably make this play or make this kick.
When you're up 35-0, the last thing you want to do is turn the ball over. So
Right.
just protect it. Kick is up.
It's good.
And it's good. So 3 more points.
And like I said, I would be very surprised to see Pence come back out on the field. I think that this is the time that you know, you draw your seniors, you know, pat them on the head and tell them good game and just get some rest and get your younger guys out there. You don't want to get anybody hurt. You know, it's halfway through the season now. You know, you got to be smart as a coaching staff and just it does look like Laverty has taken his not pads off, but he's kind of undone his rib cage protector. So it looks like he may be done for the night.
You know, wasn't going to bring it up. We're not going to talk about the circumstances, but Putnam City North without one of their star players, Marion Normant, no longer available to them. We're not really going to talk about that situation, but he was a superstar for them.
Yeah.
The game against Putnam City, when Carson Laverty gets knocked out, Marion Normant has to come in and play quarterback.
Yep.
You know, and he keeps him in it right to the end. So it's just unfortunate, that situation, that they don't have him anymore.
And that's why you did see some change on the offense. You saw Cameron Scott come in.
Kamarion Jones has taken over.
Kamarion Jones, sorry. You saw Trell Churchwell go back behind the quarterback for a few series. You know, when you lose a player that's such an impact player like that, you really got to figure some things out in who you're going to put back there to take their place.
And as of right now, at least, you know, in the games leading up to tonight, not having a Marion you were able to get by with that.
Yeah.
But clearly, not having him tonight has had an effect.
Yeah.
So that kick went in the end zone. So 11-15 to go in the fourth quarter. Deer Creek leads 38-0. Panthers come back out here, and at this point, you're playing for pride. You're hoping to put something on the board for the end of this game.
It looks like Laverty is back out there. He did have his pads undone, but he strapped it back up and went back out there. Starters on offense, at least.
They have
are
11
out
minutes to go to try to get in the end zone.
Another low snap. I mean,
over the middle, wide open wide receiver. Good play. Spins free. Does a little Xbox action there.
He was close. Yeah, he hit the B button on that one.
That was Cameron Scott.
He was very close to breaking that one loose, and I don't know if anybody would have caught up with him.
So that's a great play. Wide open in the middle of the field.
You know, get points on the board. Just get points on the board.
I see several starters for Deer Creek still in the game, so I guess they're not ready to pull. False start here.
Yep, they're going to get
bottom
Scott.
of the field.
They're going to get Cameron Scott on a.
He flinched. He was looking inside, and that defensive end for Deer Creek kind of jiggled a little bit like he was going, and that just drew Scott off. So that was number 92, Dax Lewis for Deer Creek, that kind of drew Scott off sides.
You know, one thing I noticed with Deer Creek's offensive line is they do this thing where they get set and then they drop another couple of inches.
Okay.
It just kind of took me by surprise in the first of the game, because I thought they're jumping. You know, that's a false start right there. But apparently it's allowed. But almost their entire offensive line gets down in their stance, and then they go and put their hand down. It's kind of an odd. I don't know if that's to try to draw the defense off sides, but it never gets called on them.
Panthers facing a 2nd and 13 after the penalty. Laverty looking to throw. He's just scrambling, really nowhere to go. He gets kind of caught from behind, but he gets away. He's going to break a tackle, and he has got the first down. So great job by Laverty getting up to about
he's not the
45-yard
biggest kid, but he will put his head down and he'll try to run over you. I mean, he is a tough kid. We saw, a few weeks ago, it was unfortunate he got knocked out of that game. It was a scary, scary looking hit where he wasn't moving for a while, but it's good to see him back out there tonight, win or
Another
lose.
low snap for Laverty, but he fields it, stepping up, getting some pressure. Linebacker steps up to him. Now a DB comes up. He tries to get away, but there's nowhere for him to go. He's knocked out of bounds at the 50, going to lose 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, again, he's just holding on to the football. And I don't know if he's just not seeing guys or if they really are just not getting open. But, yeah, he's just holding on to that football, and you've got to think at some point, throw the football somewhere.
Yeah.
Get rid of it so you're not taking a 5-yard sack.
On that play, I noticed there was some delayed blitz by linebackers on that one.
Yeah.
So they
He
look
just-
like a three-man front, but they are bringing backers.
Yeah. Another low snap.
Laverty stepping up,
Yeah,
getting away from pressure.
nobody's open.
There's, I think, a flag on the field, but he's throwing it deep.
Wide open.
Wide open. He's
to
got a
Moffitt.
man. Touchdown, Panthers. That's Reese Moffitt, but is it going to
The
stand?
offense-
We
yeah,
have
the-
flags back here at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be holding. That's very,
unfortunate.
very unfortunate for the Panthers.
Because Moffitt was wide open.
Laverty doing a great job there, just moving around, keeping the play alive. Finds a wide open Reese Moffitt, but unfortunately it's going to be holding. It's going to back him up another 10 yards.
Will be second down and 57. This time from the 38-yard line.
So Laverty facing now a 2nd and 27.
Yeah.
Another slow snap, rolls out to the left. He's got a wide receiver throwing up there, wide open at the 40, down to about
great
the
play.
42.
That was a great play. That was Cameron Scott. Just
Yeah, Scott with another catch.
great route, great recognition there, and just turned his head, caught the ball. Man, that was a great play.
They need to do it again right here. Still short, 3rd and 3 here. Need 3 more yards for the first down. Need to get this. Low snap again. Laverty looking. He's waiting for his guy who's eyeing his wide receiver and just going to get
He's just
drilled.
holding the ball.
Absolutely
Reese Moffitt was
drilled.
wide open on a screen, down close to the sideline, and Laverty looked his way, but just didn't. I mean, you think with as shifty of a guy as Reese Moffitt, throw it his way and see what happens,
He was eyeing that receiver on the right side the whole way. Looked like he had dialed in who he wanted to throw to, and
Well,
it
he
just
looked
wasn't
at
there.
Moffitt for just a second and then took his eyes off it. If he had looked at him for, just 2 seconds, he could have gotten into him, and I think Moffitt could have gotten the first down there.
Another low snap. Deer Creek only brings 3. Great protection. Stepping
wide
away. He's
open.
going to throw it deep down the field, and is that picked up? Almost picked off.
It looks like they're going to get a late hit on Deer Creek.
See what this penalty was. They only needed 3 for a first down.
Yeah, they got a personal foul on Deer Creek for a late hit.
So that'll give the Panthers a first down. New set of chains. They are moving the ball down the field.
This is kind of that area where they like to use Moffitt in the screen passes, but they've also got another wide receiver. He's not quite isolated down here. They've got Cameron Scott down here with him. I would look to maybe motion Scott out to the other side of the field and maybe use Moffitt in a little one-on-one.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe trips up on the top side of the screen and do a one-on-one. Try to get an ISO with Reese Moffitt down here on the bottom side. But they're going to go in the what I call the ace formation. 2 receivers each side. Single back. And so if you look at this matchup, look at how Deer Creek's lined up with 3 down linemen. They've got 3 DBs covering 2 wide receivers on the far side.
Yep, there goes the motion.
So motion to trips. Could be an ISO. Throw
Yep.
it to Reese Moffitt. That's exactly what he's going to do up to the sideline. And that ball,
That's
there's
going
a
to be pass
flag.
interference on Reese Moffitt because he was pushing that Deer Creek defender to try to keep him. And hey,
You
if
do
you
what you
have
got
to
do
do
right
that
now.
to keep him from intercepting the football,
Right.
or no, they're calling that on Deer Creek. They
Well, the
called pass
Panthers-
interference on Deer Creek.
Panthers get very lucky with that one.
That was very lucky because that looked like Reese Moffett was pushing the defender to try to, gain some separation.
Well, the Panthers will take it. They're going to take it right now.
That's exactly what happened.
Here we go. Up the middle. Kamarion Jones, little stutter, looked like he was skipping forward.
Yeah, that was just him waiting for the block or the running lane to come open, and it never really did. He's just kind of following a blocker there. Nothing really came open.
Down to about 7 minutes to go in this game. Panthers, 2nd and 8, knocking on the door again. Can they get in? Last time they had a turnover when they were this close.
Yeah, North has gone strictly spread on this offensive series.
Laverty's looking to throw. A little bit of pressure. It might have been some holding there. Wide receiver. Is that a touchdown?
That's a touchdown.
Out of our view of our cameras. With touchdown Panthers.
That was Reese Moffett.
Reese Moffett with the catch.
I'm telling you, that kid's a playmaker. I really wish he had another chance for a touchdown on the other side of the field. But, get points on the board. That's all. That feels a whole lot better than getting shut out.
I really wish our replay was working because one of the North offensive linemen grabbed the guy around the neck and then lets go and puts his hands up, but he clearly was holding and he got away with it. So
yeah, I think at this point in the game, unless
Let it
it's
go.
just egregious.
Kick is up, and it's good. So the Panthers are not going to have a goose egg tonight. Their offense manages to go down the field.
That's the kind of energy and the kind of, just energy that I wanted to see from this Panther offense the entire game. They put a drive together. They played together. They took what the defense gave them, and they went out and they put some points on the board.
And hey, let's give a shout out to, I'm looking for it. One of our commenters on YouTube was talking about need to get the ball to Moffett more. Aaron Stevenson. So good call, Aaron.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
been
they
a
did. They went to
playmaker
Reese Moffett.
All season, Moffitt's been a heck of a playmaker.
So Panthers they find a formula that works on that drive, but now they need to get the ball back and try to do it again. The game really is over for all intents and purposes. I don't really see them managing to come back with 6 minutes to go.
It would be a big time. I mean, that would be a
almost historic,
comeback.
right? But they can still get that score closer.
But make it respectable,
right?
I don't know. I don't know if Deer Creek is playing just to, not lose at this point. But you definitely showed some heart and some passion in that last drive that, you can go to film and say, hey, we got to put a full 4 quarters together like this.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's well into the season. There's no excuse to come out flat. There's no excuse not to be, not excited for these games because this doesn't last forever.
Right.
I mean,
it's a short 4 years.
Right. Even the best in the business, don't last but hardly any time at all. Guys that make it to the NFL, that's why they say the average lifespan of an NFL player as far as playing is 3 years.
Yeah.
And most of these kids won't go to the NFL. Most of these kids won't even go play D1. But all the more reason to come out and play with passion, play with heart, or else why are you playing?
Right.
And that's not to get on any one particular kid. That's not to get on the team. But you gotta come out and show some passion, show some heart, and play like you want to win the game.
As we wind down this game, boy, some big games tomorrow for college football. It's going to be a great weekend for college football. Kick is away.
Oh,
Is he on the sideline? Yeah, he stepped out of bounds.
Not a very heads-up play there by number 2 from Deer Creek.
No, because you let that go out of bounds, it's a penalty, and you get the ball up to around the 40.
Yep.
So Deer Creek going to start around their own 20, maybe the 15. So we are nearing the end. But, yeah, tomorrow, I mean, Georgia and Arkansas face
That's
off.
gonna be a really good game.
That's a really good one.
You know,
Michigan, Wisconsin.
I told my dad that Arkansas is legit, and he just looked at me like I was crazy. I said, hey, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what Sam Pittman's doing at Arkansas is pretty impressive.
It's amazing, yeah. And he was an offensive line coach for Oklahoma back when John Blake was the head coach.
Sooners trying to keep from being beat 3 years in a row by Kansas State.
I hope they snap the streak. I just hope they snap it.
Deer Creek keeping it on the ground, just going to run the clock here.
Certainly they wouldn't lose 3 years in a row, right?
Well, you never know.
I will say
I
they're
think
great
that
on the road. They're
I really feel like with what happened last week with a small group of fans chanting to replace Spencer Rattler, I really think that fires him up, and I feel like that it's a kick, and I think it's maybe what OU needs to get their offense back going. Yeah, approaching 6 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, this is still Brett
Giving it up the middle. There's a big hole there, and he's going to be brought down. That will be a first down for Deer Creek.
Brett Pitt's still out there in the game.
So but yeah, going back to the OU game, last year it took Spencer Sanders basically getting benched against Texas. Spencer Rattler.
Wrong Oklahoma
against Texas, yeah. And that got him on track. I mean, so maybe this is what it takes.
I mean, that was after 2 losses. I saw a stat today that Lincoln Riley, Baker Mayfield, and I think Sam Bradford are the only other 2 besides Spencer Rattler. The only other 2. There's only been 3 quarterbacks since I think 2000 that have won 12 games in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is obviously going back to last year, but the Sooners are on a 12-game winning streak, knock on wood.
And, of course, we can't forget the Cowboys up north.
Yeah.
They're still undefeated.
Yep.
They've got a hot Baylor team coming in tomorrow.
Yeah. Just don't know how legit Baylor is quite yet.
And looks like we got a timeout here. Timeout Deer Creek. So 4:44 to go in this game. 38-7 Deer Creek. So, another game that a lot of people are making a big deal about tomorrow is Ole Miss and Alabama.
Yeah.
So but Nick Saban yet to lose to an assistant coach who went on to be a head coach. So the odds are not in Lane Kiffin's favor.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot offense against a hot defense.
Right.
So we'll see what old the Lane train can dial up tomorrow. But as far as this game, just want to let you know that Deer Creek, they're legit. They have, looking at their schedule, their first game they won against Edmond North 35-7. Then they beat Southmore 44-0. And then they went to UConn and beat them 35-14. And then they lost to Stillwater last week 28-35. So Putnam City North just got them at a bad time, coming off a loss. It just, they probably got a very ticked off Deer Creek Antler team here.
I got to see that Stillwater team play against Mustang earlier this year, and they're legit as well.
Yeah.
So North gets them last game of the season. For North, they go to Lawton next week, and then they're back home on a Thursday night against Del City, which we will have that one on SportsZone Oklahoma and News9.com. So it's not over for either one of these teams. They're still very much in playoff contention. But the Panthers have to regroup. I think they found something here in this fourth quarter. Just can they continue to grow and capitalize on it going forward?
They have to figure out their run game. I mean, obviously losing Norman, you got to find –
pass over the middle, incomplete.
You got to find something to kind of fill that gap. And there may not be a player on the field that's going to fill the shoes of Amarian Norman, but you got to find something that will be somewhat close to it, you know?
Well, and, Kamarion Jones has put forth a great effort tonight.
Yeah,
but
he ran strong. He ran tough.
They they looked outmatched. The Panther offensive line looked outmatched.
Yeah.
And so you had Deer Creek with 3 down linemen getting pressure almost every play on Laverty.
Both, I mean, games are won in the trenches, and both the offensive line and defensive line for Deer Creek have just looked like the better of the two lines on the field at any one point.
Another timeout by Deer Creek here with 3:56 to go in the game. They didn't like the alignment. You got to figure the Panthers are coming here.
Well, they looked like they had a guy running on late, so I'm wondering if that play clock was running down. If they were in trouble of maybe getting a delay of game. But at this point, your delay of game knocks you back 5 yards. You're punting the football.
You got to figure the Panthers are coming on this one. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Might as well try to block it. If you get it, you're down here. You got 15 yards to go for a touchdown. And if you do get a roughing the kicker penalty, it doesn't change the outcome of the game. So
right. Yeah, Reese Moffitt and Dejwan Matthews back to receive. It looks like they're just going to go punt safe.
And he will kick it away.
That was a booming punt, man.
Look at that.
That was the best punt of the game.
Fair catch back there at around the 23-yard line.
That was a heck of a punt.
So 3:48 to go in the game. Panthers will get the ball back. 3 minutes is plenty of time to put another one on the board.
I didn't even know Deer Creek's punter had a leg like that. I mean, that was by far the best. Maybe that might have been double the distance of any punt that has gone on in this game.
Well, I think we haven't seen him punt much this week or tonight.
We haven't, but the couple that they have just seem to go straight up, and it might have been because he didn't have any pressure. I think earlier in the game, Putnam City North was pressuring their punter, kind of going after it to see if they could block it. Another low snap. Man.
Laverty, screen pass, and he drops it. So that was Scott. Is that Scott out there? Cameron Scott couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah,
had some room to run if he'd caught it.
Hit him right in the hands. I mean, that'll kill a drive. I mean, obviously it's the first play, so you're okay, but you got to catch the football there. If it hits you in the hands, you got to catch it. 2nd and
10 from the Deer Creek 24, Panther 24. Motion there. Laverty is looking. Wide receiver screen to Reese Moffitt. Gets some blocks out there, and he's going to get up the sideline, but he stepped out of bounds. But that was a great play. He had some good blocking out there, and I think at this point that's what you do. You just get the ball to Moffitt.
Yeah, it is too little, too late. But hey, you can add to his stats and also give him some more touches. But maybe spread the ball around a little bit, and because they're going to start keying in on him.
Laverty rolling out left. He's looking to throw it deep. Nobody there. He heaves it across his body.
Got it.
And he got it.
That
was a catch by number 7. That's P.J. Porter with the catch.
See, I'm telling you, Putnam City North has some playmakers. They just haven't really been in the aggressive attack mode all game. I mean, it shouldn't take you till the fourth quarter to start being aggressive and attacking down the field.
Laverty, good snap this time. Gives up the middle. Breaks out, spin move down to the 20.
Ball came out. Ball came out, but PC North jumps on it.
Yeah, that's big number 52. That is Grant Donnellan, the senior offensive lineman who jumped on it. Under 3 minutes now. Panthers have got the ball inside the red zone. You know, just for morale, momentum moving forward into next week, you really need to put this in the end zone. Take a shot here. Laverty, low snap again. Pressure, and he's tripped up and brought down in the backfield at the 25-yard line.
I'm telling you, those low snaps just, oh man, it's not good. They got to get that worked out this next week.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, it completely throws the play off.
We got 2 downs here. It's 2 down, obviously. You're not going to.
You may think he pops up quickly, but I'm telling you, you're already a step behind when you have to go down to the ground to pick the ball up.
Laverty looking to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's got a receiver up the left side.
That's pass interference. There you go.
Dropped it, but yes, that is going to be pass interference.
Got some laundry on the field.
Looked like face guarding there. He didn't even turn around. That was number 15 for Deer Creek.
Yeah, he just mugged him the whole way.
Connor Hamilton. He just threw his hands up and
even the public address said it should be pass interference. Typically, don't get a speculation by the public address. But everybody in the stadium saw it.
So that'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Laverty, another low snap. Throw left side. That's a ball short. Did they give him the catch? They give it to him.
He's on about that's
on
going to
the
be a
1.
1st down on the 1.
All right, on the 1-yard line. That's number 7. P.J. Porter with the catch. So now the worst thing they could have right now, Sean, would be a penalty, like a false start.
Yeah.
Going to give, and he's going to be hit in the backfield, and that's going to be dropped for a loss. And you just can't have that when you're on the 1.
Yeah.
You cannot have that. That was Trell Churchwell in the carry. You know, and I'm not blaming Trell for that. It was just
I'm wondering why
the blocking's just not happening.
I'm wondering why we're seeing Hayden Thornton walking down to the other side of the sideline when they're this close to the goal line. Usually he's one of their big bodies. Now this could be just to get some other guys some experience. You know, it's this late in the game.
They're going to give it to Churchwell again, and he will get in the end zone this time for the touchdown. I don't see any flags on the field.
Yeah, Thornton's going on the field. That's when you see him come out to be one of those big blockers out there. And he's also a big target too, Thornton.
So 6 more points on the board. Panthers are able to score late in the 4th quarter. Extra point coming. High snap, but the kick does get away, and it's no good. So 38-13, 1:09 to go in the game.
But you know what? 13-38 looks a whole lot better than 38-0.
That's right. Yep.
You know, the offense has put up some fight in this 4th quarter. You know, you got to hand it to them. They're not quitting. I want to take this time to send out some appreciation for you guys listening. You know, we enjoy doing this every week that we can. It's just a lot of fun to come out and watch some good high school football.
And you know what? I'm going to put a plug in for us. We have a college football channel in the Red Zone on YouTube. Go check that out. We do picks against the spread. We're growing fast. We have a lot of fans. So if you haven't checked us out, go check it out if you love college football. Thank you for everybody watching on SportsZone Oklahoma on YouTube, also news9.com. As we count down the final minute here at Putnam City North Stadium. Kick is away. That's going to go out of bounds and be a penalty. It didn't reach the end zone, did it? No. All right. So if you're Deer Creek, you just keep it on the ground, a couple snaps, and get out of here with the win. Head the 5 miles north up Rockwell, or however long it is. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
So this is like a Kilpatrick Turnpike. I guess you could call this the Turnpike rivalry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that this was homecoming as well. Typically, I don't know how it works anymore, but when I was back in school, you typically had homecoming was an easy win.
Yeah.
Deer Creek, by all accounts, is not an easy win. Obviously, you see, and now going into victory formation, Deer Creek does trot out.
The
number
thing
12, that is Teddy Amorosi.
So the thing here with North, because of their schedule, the only game that I would classify as somewhat of an easy game, a sure win that's at home this year, is Northwest Classen. That's the second to last game of the year. And I don't know if you want to hold off and have homecoming that late in the season. So they were just kind of limited. I mean, do you pick Putnam City at the beginning of the year? Do you pick Deer Creek? Del City's the next game. So I just think they just kind of had to accept it this year. So the clock will run out, the final seconds. Teams are lining up at midfield to shake hands. And this one is going to go final. Final seconds countdown. And we are final here, the final score. So the final score here from Putnam City North High School, Deer Creek 38, Putnam City North Panthers 13. Thank you for watching on SportsZone Oklahoma on YouTube. Thank you for watching on News 9. For Sean Brown, I'm Michael Johnson, Mauricio Rodriguez on camera. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you here in 2 weeks on a Thursday night when the Panthers take on Del City. We'll see you later, and have a great night.